Hi everyone. As you can probably tell from the title, this video is going to go a little bit off piece from my normal content. At the beginning of the year, I started watching another YouTuber called Tom Davies, whose channel is called GeoWizard, and I'm going to pop a link in the description for anybody who wants to check him out, but obviously wait till you've got to the end of this one. It's mostly a geography channel, but before you all switch off, there's also like an adventure side, and this is what caught my attention, especially his straight line missions, in which he's basically crossed England, Scotland and Wales, and I think even Norway, in a straight line, no matter what is in his way, be it like hedgerows, mountains or even rivers. Inevitably, even for GeoWizard though, there are times where it's completely impossible to stay perfectly on the straight line and he has to deviate, and for this there's like a scoring system. Basically, if you can stay within 25 meters either side of the line, you score platinum. For 50 meters either side, it's gold. 75 silver, and anything up to 100 is bronze, and if you go beyond that, you basically fail the mission. Now, all of this sent me down a bit of a rabbit hole, and I watched many other YouTubers doing the same thing, and I've pretty much consumed everything that YouTube now has to offer on this. And one of the other things is with all the YouTubers I watched, they all tend to stick to basically open countryside so that nobody sees them and try to stop them from what they're doing, because sometimes they're like crossing farmers' land and things where they probably shouldn't be. And for some crazy reason, I thought, I'd like to give that a go. And I thought, well, could I possibly be the first person to cross an entire city in a straight line? Now, to give myself a bit of a fighting chance, I pondered on this for a while, and I thought, which city has like the straightest roads, ideally like in a grid system, maybe even connected by like roundabouts, for example? And the first place that came to mind was Milton Keynes. So after scouring all the maps, it appears that not a single one of all those grid systems is actually straight. And even Watling Street, the old Roman road that runs straight through the centre, about halfway there's like a little kink off to one side, and I'll show you like a map of some of these things hopefully. But any case, so there's like none of these roads are straight. So after searching for many hours, I managed to find a route through Milton Keynes, which runs basically from west to east, or at least that's the way I planned it. So right now I'm going to hand you over to future Sasha, who stood on the west side of Milton Keynes, ready to start the mission. So, over to you. Good morning. You join me in Milton Keynes on the 7th of October at 7 AM. Behind me here is the edge of Milton Keynes, so that road marks the boundary where there's no more buildings or anything any further that way. There probably will be come about a year's time, because it looks like that's what they're about to start building, because this roundabout isn't even on Google Maps or anything yet, because I think they're still under construction. Anyway, so my first task is to somehow get through this what seems impenetrable hedge that's behind me. So I've got the GPS in hand, which has got the line that I'm going to follow, so let's just get on with it. So that's the line there I'm trying to follow, and I'm just trying to see if there's any easy way through this hedge. Bear in mind I've got to try and stay within 25 meters. Looks like there could be an opening here. So let's have a... yeah, look like I could sneak through here. As you can probably see, the other side of this hedge is a golf course, so that's why I've started at 7 o'clock, to try and avoid the golfers if at all possible. And it doesn't seem to be anybody about just yet, so let's go get back to the line, which is down here somewhere. and it looks like we're almost back on the line, as you can probably see here. Now if I'm correct, that looks bang on the line there. The line goes somewhere roughly that direction, so let's start heading off that way. So as you can see, there's nobody about here at the moment, and we're just about bang on the line. Let's hope it keeps that way. Okay, so here comes our first obstacle. I think, as it's only just over there, I'm going to go around this, and I have seen a golfer over to my right, so I don't really want to hang around here too long. Probably could have gone through that. I thought there might have been a lake or something in there. There's somebody over there. I just hope I can get up here without getting told off by somebody. There's obviously like a greenkeeper or someone over there mowing the grass who's likely to question what I'm doing, I'm guessing. You know, it's really weird, like watching GeoWizard, you kind of don't understand why you're so nervous, but when you actually get doing this sort of thing, you're kind of like suspicious of everybody, especially when you know you technically shouldn't be somewhere. I think I've been spotted. That's okay, he's gone to look at his work, I think. There's the guy working over there. And the end of the golf course, I think, is just roughly the end of these trees. And we're bang on the line there. And just over there's a group of people playing golf, so I'm trying to keep well clear of them so I don't upset them. But straight ahead of me is the car park on my way out of there. Hopefully they leave me well alone. This is very wet here. I look like I'm aiming for the gap in those two buildings there. Right now I'm slightly to the left of the line, but I can see a gap in the hedge over there. So I'm going to take that and then have a bit of a pause. So crossing that golf course was way more nerve-wracking really than it should have been. Nobody came even and spoke to me It's quite quiet really, so that went really well. So I came out just where those yellow bollards are, and the line I believe is just down here somewhere, so I'm going to go and rejoin the line and see what happens next. Okay, so talk about like walk back to where the line is. It's a gap straight through the hedge. It couldn't be easy if I asked. Oh, thought there was a gap then. Let's get across. And at this point is where we start getting into houses. So as you can see, this road almost goes straight on the line, although the line does sort of vaguely cross it diagonally. So at some point we're going to have to cross over in a bit. But this is like so much easier than the golf course at the moment. Right, so I need to hug the edge of the doctor's surgery just here. Now, when I was looking at this, I thought there was a pathway through there, but this really looks like it's going to be a dead end. So I really have my fingers crossed. Yes, there is a pathway, thank God for that. Seems pretty nice around here. And it looks like I'm just going to carry on walking all the way down this road here. So I'll see you in a minute. Don't know if you can see the squirrel there just running down the pavement. Up he goes. Okay, so now as you can see, maybe, the line's starting to veer off to the left through all these houses, which clearly is impossible, as you can see here. So I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm going to stick to this path and try and get that way as soon as I can. Now, I'm in no way expecting to be able to get like a platinum run on this, because obviously being in an urban environment makes it really difficult. I'll be happy if I can just do the thing without failing the mission, basically. If I can get a bronze, that'd be great. So I'm going to go down here. And then cut. Immediately run. I could use the path down there if this hedge looks really difficult to get through. I think I can get round it just at the end, so I'm not going to push through that just for the sake of walking over here. I will, on the other hand, push through here. Yeah. Gonna have to watch that back scene where they gave me a weird look in that car coming out of a hedge. But that kept me pretty much on the line, so I'm happy with that. So I'm going to take the path to the right here, as that'd be too far away from the line. People are definitely starting to wake up now. There's a lot more cars about than this when I headed into Milton Keynes this morning. Cheeky. So I nearly went too far down here because when I was scanning out, I think I found a closer route down here, so we're going to head down there and see if there is a pathway. I'd say that was a fail. So that there is the first time the plan's let me down so far. Hopefully there's no other major detours. I think this still keeps me just within platinum, but we have to hug close to these houses just here. Ironically, I was just the other side of that panel there. Okay, so I'm going to head down this little alleyway over here and see where we end up next. Now the planting stage didn't let me down. This pathway here sort of zigzags slightly but stays almost dead on the line. So we'll carry on down here. So this way next. And hopefully down here. So we're going to cross the road and go down that alleyway there, and as you can see, bang on the line. So, as the line goes straight through the houses there on my left, I'm going to sort of zigzag around them front and back, whichever looks the closest. So I'm now the other side of the house, but I feel like I made a mistake not going on the road just a little bit further, so looks like I'm going to have to sneak through this hedge just here perhaps. Now we could sort of backtrack a bit to go up and over the bridge and follow the road, but that looks a bit far away from the line. I think I may have found an alternative that looks a little bit dodgy, but it's going to be an adventure. honestly feels like the kind of thing that's going to get the police called on me. Now, I don't want to go that way because I believe there's a school there, and that's one thing that will definitely get me put on a list I don't want to be on. So we're heading this way. So as you can see, the line is quite a bit to my right, but obviously there's a skull slap bang in the middle of that, which I can't go through. So I've hugged the closer side the best I can, which has meant getting my feet incredibly wet in all this sort of damp grass. And considering I'm not halfway, that's going to be pleasant for the rest of the journey. Similar to the skull kind of edge, there's a big industrial unit, so obviously I can't go straight through the middle of that either, so we're hugging ahead still till we get down to the roundabout, and we'll see where we go from there. Okay, so we're now coming up to the roundabout. I'm going to take a right turn and rejoin the line. But we then got another major obstacle ahead of us. So, we'll wander down to this bridge and then I'll tell you why I'm diverting to the south here. The reason that I've diverted to the south is because this bridge just here goes over the even more busy than that road, A5, and then immediately after that there's a high-speed railway line, which obviously would be very illegal to cross on foot, but there's a bridge just here, so I'm taking that bridge. So as you can see, this is a very busy road, and if I'd have stuck straight to the line, it would have been dead between these two bridges, which would have been doable, but for the sake of this short detour, it's really not worth it. So that was just on the line there, but that big fence there is obviously keeping people off the railway line just there. So we'll carry on to the end of this road and we'll take the road bridge over it. Oh, there goes the train now. So as you can see, four railway lines, all electrified. Really wouldn't have wanted to walk across that. Could have got in serious trouble if I had again, so I'm quite happy with this detour. Would love to be able to go through there, but there's massive warehouses again, so I'll stick to the road just for now. Okay, so hopefully just down here we should be able to rejoin the line. I'm trying to work out how close. Do you know what? For the sake of maybe 3 or 4 meters, I'm going to go in the thing under the road. Mine's gone blank. In fact, if I stick to this side of it, we're pretty much on the line anyway. So I believe there's somewhere a little track or something just to the left here, and then that pretty much then runs right behind, like between two sets of houses, I think. pretty much bang on the line, so we'll go and take that, hopefully. Fingers crossed it's not massively overgrown. Looks like it's just here. Not the best of paths, but it's not the worst I've been on today. So we're only just off the line here, as you can see on this path, and it runs almost exactly the same direction as we want to go. She was a very pleasant lady back there. Anyway, I'm going to go across here. And I think there's a park down there, so maybe a bench I can have a sit down for a minute. So there's an awful lot of sirens going this morning. Kind of hope they're not on the lookout for me. So I'm going to walk up here till I'm back on the line. Which is about here, and then go straight across. Ironically, one of GeoWizard's things, he'd had a football hair for sure. If there was one kicking around, I'd do it just to sort of in honour of him. Hopefully he'll settle, if he does see this video, of me going straight through both the goals on the line. And this was completely unplanned. And then at some point I've got to figure out a way through this hedge. I'm thinking there maybe. So I'm going to head back up here, in between all these houses. Okay, as you can see, here is bang on the line. I think it might go for that Range Rover there, but maybe just in front. Okay, so I'm going to cross the road here, and I'm supposed to go straight across this field, but it looks like there's a lot of fences, so I'll cross over and see what the situation there is. So I'm not really sure what to do here now. So we're going to leave this one here for now. And if you want to find out whether or not I can make it through that big fence, you're going to have to tune in next week where we continue the mission and see where I go and if I'm actually successful. See you next time. Bye. This looks rather reedy, like there's going to be a ditch here or something. It's most definitely wet.